Get ready for a whole new DC universe, or mostly new at least. DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran have unveiled their plans for a new chapter, and it's quite a change in direction. Even fans of DC's movie and TV output would have to admit its offerings have been a mixed bag over the past few years. For every great triumph like the Batman and Peacemaker, there have been misfires such as Black Adam and Wonder Woman 1984. Beyond that, the company's shared movie universe, which fans call the DC Extended Universe, has become a convoluted mess of retcons and contradictions, making keeping track of it a chore. Thankfully, it seems that DC Media is about to turn a new leaf under the leadership of James Gunn and Peter Safran, the recently named bosses of DC Studios. Shortly after taking up their new positions, Gunn and Safran got to work overhauling the DCEU.
And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected.
On top of rebranding it as simply the DC Universe, they've made more than a few changes that have certainly ruffled some feathers. Henry Cavill is no longer Superman, Wonder Woman 3 isn't happening, and Aquaman actor Jason Momoa might take on the role of Lobo, to name a handful of these alterations. Gunn also has a revised DCU release slate for fans to get excited about, and he has finally unveiled it to the world. Jenna Bush of Slashfilm attended Gunn and Safran's DC Universe announcement event, where he revealed DCU's first chapter, dubbed Gods and Monsters. The idea is not that different from a phase in the MCU. First, Gunn shed some light on a project fans have known about for some time. His Superman film titled Superman Legacy will introduce a new continuity with a non-traditional superhero movie. Safran explained, "It's not an origin story. It focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing." Gunn likewise shared that the DCU won't always focus strictly on good guy versus bad guy conflicts. The film aims to premiere on July 11th, 2025, though no actors have been revealed. Keeping with the Kryptonian theme, Gunn and Safran unveiled Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. As the title implies, this film will be heavily inspired by writer Tom King's comics run of the same name. King is, in fact, one of the driving creative forces behind the DCU. Gunn revealed that compared to Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving humans, his cousin Kara wasn't so lucky.
I wouldn't if I were you.
With the destruction of Krypton, she takes refuge on one of the remaining fragments of the planet, where she watches everyone around her slowly die off during her formative years. No release date yet has been announced for Woman of Tomorrow. Moving away from the children of Krypton, Gunn announced some vastly different productions. Next up is Swamp Thing, a dark investigation of the monstrous lead character's origins, which Safran promises will be a fine example of how tonally varied all of their upcoming movies will be. Then there's The Authority, based on the team that finds its roots in the Wildstorm Comics imprint. Gunn said that this is a passion project of his that will be big, as it's about a team of superheroes who are more than willing to do atrocious things so long as they're achieving their goal of helping the world. Of course, it wouldn't be a DC film discussion without some mention of the cash cow himself, Batman. In addition to confirming the continuation of director Matt Reeves' Batman franchise, Gunn and Safran are working on a separate movie called The Brave and the Bold. In quite a departure from most Batman-centric movies, this feature will center on a version of the Dark Knight as well as his son, the trained assassin Damian Wayne. Neither Ben Affleck nor Robert Pattinson will play this Batman. Expect some parallels to writer Grant Morrison's Batman comics run and the appearance of other Bat family members. In October 2022, it was revealed that the long-gestating Green Lantern series was being reworked to feature the iconic Jon Stewart as the lead. Now Gunn has set the record straight, revealing that Stewart will be charging up his ring alongside the greatest Green Lantern of all, Hal Jordan. Furthermore, the series in question may not be the massive sci-fi opus that fans expected. Lanterns will focus on an Earth-based mystery that gets investigated by the two aforementioned space cops. Evidently, the inspiration here will be True Detective. It's an interesting take that will definitely be a far cry from the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Have you concluded admiring yourself?
Yeah.
In general, the differences between Jordan and Stewart's personalities promises a lot of juicy conflict, with Stewart more by the book and Jordan the loose cannon. Waller will finally bring the DC Universe's most diabolical string puller into a starring role. Undoubtedly still a bit miffed to have been double-crossed by her own staff following the events of the Suicide Squad, The new standalone story in Waller is set between the first and second season of Peacemaker, and already has an impressive dynamic duo working on the plot. Script duties are being handled by Crystal Henry, who worked on HBO's Watchmen, along with Jeremy Carver, who created the recently cancelled Doom Patrol. Given that this is an Amanda Waller story, it's only fitting that all other details are classified. However, we can assume that we'll probably see her on-screen daughter and Peacemaker's best buddy, Leota Adebayo, somewhere in the mix. In a world of Kryptonians, Dark Knights, and ring-slinging lawmen, Booster Gold is an absolute sham.
I was a failure in the future, just like I am here.
But that's exactly why fans love him, and this will be the focus of his brand new show when it arrives. Booster Gold will see a wannabe hero from the year 24,442, who has a hard time being taken seriously. So what does he do? He nabs some highly advanced future technology, time travels to the 21st century, and makes himself out to be a big deal superhero. While talks with an unnamed actor are confirmed, no names have been mentioned. Whoever it is, it'll be great to see Booster clumsily rubbing shoulders with the true heroes of the world, dropping buckets of sweat as he worries about how long he'll be able to keep the light going. The Creature Commandos first appeared in 1980's Weird War Tales as a World War II squad made up of a vampire, a werewolf, and of course a Frankenstein's monster. Gunn's animated take on the team will see Rick Flag Sr., the father of Joel Kinnaman's character from the Suicide Squad, leading a team of motley monsters comprised of amphibian woman Nina Mazersky, Dr. Phosphorus, Frankenstein's monster, the Bride of Frankenstein, G.I. Robot, and even the Suicide Squad legend Weasel. While we anticipate an animated series more akin to the bone-snapping violence action of Invincible, given the characters involved, it's fascinating to see such a niche DC property entering this new DC universe at the ground level. Gunn is given the go-ahead to take us to the homeland of Wonder Woman before she became such a wonder herself, for a series described as being full of drama and intrigue. Paradise Lost looks back to the earliest years of Themyscira and lays out the essential details about how this island came to be. To be clear, don't expect this to be a younger Wonder Woman show, because one of the key details we know is that it will take place before Diana's birth. It's not clear whether other characters from the movies, like Hippolyta and Antiope, will appear.